Hey guys. Okay, so I've been dying to get this canvas done. Like, I've had it set in my head how, sorry, my computer's acting all weird again. Like, I have the image all played out in my head and how I want it to look and how I want it to work, and now I just need to start laying down some paint and see if I can do it. I do know that I'm going to have a paintbrush on here. I do know that I'm going to use some of Diane Reevely's stencils somewhere in here somehow. So I have a couple, not a couple, just these two are the same size and then this one's kind of smaller. Just so you guys can kind of understand where I'm going with it. Actually, I'll just, if I can remember how I had it laid out. So this one's going to go something like that. This one's going to go something like that. Something like this. Something like this. I don't know if it's all going to work out, but I'm going to try. So something like this. And then if you remember, we were doing the quotes in my art journal, but this time I want to use this quote on a canvas. And the quote is, sometimes all you need is a little splash of color. And I want that to come out this way. I'm hoping. So let me set these guys aside because I need to do all this first. Oh, I need my little... Not that. I need my little dauber thingies. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of painting and a lot of covering up the paints that I've already painted. And my lights look really dark today. Like, really dark. I don't know what's up with that. It's the same lighting I usually use, so I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to stay, because I think it's gone a little too stiff. I think that one's gone a little too stiff on me. I don't think I pulled all the color out of it the last time I pushed too much color. I don't know. Maybe, what? Yeah, it's not even staying on there. Okay, let me grab a new one. Hold on. Good thing I have backups for moments just like this. Okay, so we'll just grab a new one. And then I need a scrap piece of paper so I can dry them off. So, have you guys ever had like a project that you have in your head and you can see the entire image, and you just dying to get it done? Yeah. And I don't know how well this is going to work on the canvas, because I've never used these on canvas, but I've seen a lot of other people use them on canvas. Ooh, why are you so scratchy? So we're going to try it, and hope for the best. And hopefully, I may have put too much on there, I think. I just needed to do like a little strip of purple. I don't think I needed that much purple. That's alright. Figure it out as we go. Okay, and then I'm going to take this guy and smoosh. I can cut this up for a background or something, just to get some of that extra ink off of there, so that way it doesn't harden like my last one did. So I hope all is well with everyone. As for me, because I know I've had quite a few people question us, you know, like, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Because I was talking about the whole depression thing, yada, 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 you know. The normal fun stuff that I talk about. My goodness. Come out already. Let's be done with this. Okay. So I went and saw the new therapist on Friday, and you know, I mean, I could write a 20-year novel on my life. But we just kind of got to talking about, you know, things at home, how's home life, what was, you know, growing up like, things like that. You know, all the normal everyday questions that they ask. I think I want to try to use every single one of her colors. I think that's my goal here. I don't know if it's actually going to work, but I think that's my goal. And the famous baby wipes. Sorry, I know that might be really loud. Sorry. Because I want to kind of pull this back just a little bit. So anywho, went and saw him on Friday, got to, you know, meet him, introduce myself, and start chit-chatting a little bit, and I have to say he's the first one in a long time that I've actually been, like, comfortable talking to, because that's my biggest problem, is that I have a really hard time talking to therapists, because I hate the whole, and how does that make you feel conversation. Like, I just want you to talk to me like a normal person. Like, I want you to hear what I'm saying, and not so much like feel sympathy or empathy for me, but just, you know, I don't know, anything but that, and how does that make you feel? Because that drives me crazy. Oh, and I dipped my paint all up in there, because now I have blue all over my baby wipe. Anyways. So, you know, it was just like normal everyday conversation, and I really liked that. Like, that was enjoyable. I was like, okay, there's a possibility I could do this. Like, I might actually be able to talk to you on a normal basis and, you know, be okay with it. So anyways, you know, we get to talking, and he's like, it sounds like, quite honestly, you're stressed out so beyond your max that you've never been this stressed out before. So you don't know exactly, like, what to do. You don't have the tools. You've never been taught, you know, what to do when you're this stressed out. And he's completely right. I've never had 2 teenagers in my house before up until now, and I've never dealt with trying to raise 2 hormonal female teenagers before up until now. So, I have no idea what I was supposed to blot that off. No, blot it before it gets hard. See, because then it doesn't stick. So anyways, so we just kind of got to talking about, you know, things that stress me out, and, like, I don't know how to explain it, and I think I kind of confused him too, because it's like, a lot of the things that used to not bother me irritate the bejabbers out of me. Like, when all my kids are talking at once, I'm like, Liz, slow down. You just need to hear one voice. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what happened. Okay, now your turn. But when they all come at me at once, I get so overwhelmed, and I can feel my frustration level go up to the point where I'm like, you know what? Just everybody stop talking to me. Like, I can't talk to you right now. I need you to just leave me be. And I don't want to be that kind of mom for my kids. I want them to know that they can come talk to me at any time and tell me anything, no matter how big or how small. And so it's hard for me to sit there and be like, get away from me. So I try my best not to do that, but on the flip side of that is it's really, really, like, frustrating, and it's really, oh, don't do it. It's really hard for me to sit and listen to their stories and have them tell me, okay, well, so-and-so did this, and this is what happened, and I didn't like it when he or she did this, and yada, yada, yada. It's really hard for me to sit and focus on what they're telling me. And I want to be able to obviously sit and focus on what they're telling me, because what they're telling me to them is significant. It's important. But, like, just the other day, my little ones were sitting here playing a game, and they were playing Yahtzee. The rolling of the dice and throwing it, like, I was getting so angry. I'm like, okay, can you guys go do that somewhere else? Because I can't right now. I need you to go somewhere else and do that. I need you to walk away from me. And, like, just the dumbest things are making me all grr, you know? Things that normally, I wouldn't normally do that with. And so, I just sprayed a little bit of water in there. because it's only been 119 degrees outside, so I know my paints are getting kind of thick. So, anyways, trying to explain this to him, to a person who's never met me before, number one, who doesn't know me before the anger and is being introduced to me after the anger. I have a lot of anger issues right now. Like, I'm mad at the world, and I want to be alone. Like, I'm not in a real sense, like I really want to be alone. That's not it. It's just, I want to curl up in a little ball, and I want to be all by my little lonesome, and I just want to be left alone, and I want it to be peaceful, and I want it to be quiet, and I don't want negative energy, and usually I can cope with it, and I can usually just be like, okay, give me 5 minutes to breathe, and then come tell me your story, tell me what happened. And lately I haven't been able to get, like he said, I haven't been able to get my stress levels down enough to where I can use the coping skills that I do have to be able to listen to my children's stories, or them ratting each other out, or whatever. And, so, sugarcoat and everything, let me just tell you what happened. Basically what it boils down to is, you all know that I have the depression, we all know that I have the anxiety, but he is questioning whether or not I have bipolar depression. Because it is such an on and off switch, and I never know when the switch is going to switch on or off, he wants to know if that's a possibility for me. And I'm actually the one who brought it up. I actually questioned him as to whether or not it was a possibility. Because, you know, you see these infomercials, and I don't know, does anybody else do that? Go, oh my gosh, do I have that? Not to the extent of I have to convince every doctor in the world that I do have it, but I just I keep seeing this commercial for, like, what is that, Latuda or something, for bipolar depression, and I was like, I've never heard of it phrased that way before, but I'm really questioning as to whether or not it's a possibility that I could have bipolar depression. Because it's so... I wish there was a way I could explain it. See, and I couldn't explain it to him either. It's so quick. Like, it's so... 1 minute I'm okay and everything's fine, nothing's irritating me, I'm good, I'm golden, I'm happy as all get out, and then the next second, every little noise irritates me. My children chewing their bubble gum with their mouths open, which would, I mean, that would annoy me on a regular basis too, but not to the extent of, like, me telling my children, if you don't chew with your mouth closed, you're never going to eat gum again. Like, it's excessive. And it's frustrating because I've never been this way before towards any of my children. And, so it's freaking me out, and it's in its own right. It's, you know, freaking me out. It's creeping me out because I've never been this angry before. And then it also makes me feel like, holy crap, I'm turning into my mother, who's mean and bitter and angry at the world, and I don't want to be my mom. So that's, of course, the reason why I'm asking for help, is because I don't know what to do. I've never experienced this before. I'm angry, and I'm just grr all the time, and I hate it. And so we are testing me on... It's not a new medication, but it's new to me, and I don't want anyone to take this as like, oh my god, she's crazy, and like totally unsubscribe and stop talking to me. But it's a drug called Seroquel. And I was discussing this with my buddy Kimmy. It was years and years and years and years ago, it was a drug that they used for schizophrenia. How many of you just asked me if I'm schizophrenic? Because that was my first question when I was told that I was going to try this drug. No, I'm not schizophrenic. That much he could tell me. That I do not have any form of schizophrenia. Not that there's anything wrong with that, or, and you know, I mean, there are plenty of ways to cope with having schizophrenia. But I do not have schizophrenia. Like I said, he wants to try this drug because it was retested again for bipolar and for depression, and it seemed to work well for all three. So he wants me to try this drug for the month. I've stopped taking the other one. because he felt like because I discussed it with him that when I took the Cymbalta the first time, and I don't even know if I've shared this with anybody yet on here, but I took Cymbalta and I had a majorly bad reaction to it. It made my skin feel like it was literally moving, and I was awake for 3 days, and I literally could not sleep. I had to tighten every muscle in my body, not that you can see what I'm doing, but I had to like tighten every muscle in my body and just make my entire body shake by tightening my muscles so much just to get that crawling feeling to stop. And this was 3 days straight. And when I went back to see the psychologist that recommended that I take this drug, which apparently works well for many, it just did not work. I just had a really bad reaction to it. He basically proceeded to tell me that it wasn't the drug, it was me. That there was something wrong with me. And that I was making up the issues that I was having. And that kind of pissed me off. And I basically told him that I don't think that it's me who belongs in the loony bin, it's him. And when I went in for my next visit, he told me he no longer accepted my insurance. Which was his polite way of saying he no longer wanted me as the patient, which he could have just told me that. That was fine too, because I didn't really want him as a doctor. Anywho, so moving on from that whole story. So I explained that to the psychologist, that I had a really bad experience with it. I basically got told it was my own fault why I had a bad experience with it, and this doctor that I saw in the beginning of the month had agreed to start on a very, very light dose. I feel like I'm at a really bad, like, angle or something. Like, I don't... Sorry, guys, I'm just adjusting. I feel like I'm so far back this way that you guys aren't seeing me. So, anywho, for any of you who know, I know sign language. Sign language is my first language, and so I talk with my hands a lot. So, anywho, not that that has to do with anything, but when I went and saw the doctor at the beginning of the month, we had agreed that we wouldn't start me on such a high dose of anything. So when he put me on 10 milligrams, I felt a little bit better about it. I was like, okay, I can do this. But then I realized I wasn't feeling any different. Like, I was getting more explosive. I was getting more angry. Things were pissing me off to the point of no return. To the point of, like, okay, I can no longer speak to you right now because I am just that angry, and I need you to just leave me alone and walk away and let me deal with my own issues, and then as soon as I can calm down enough, I can talk to you. And then it would take me like 3 days to like actually calm down. So, and my children have never seen this side of me, so they're very confused, and they're very, you know, like, what's wrong with mom? What's going on? What do we do? Do we just, like, do we never speak to her again? You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids are confused too. And that's hard for me because I don't have answers for them. So, anywho, started on the low dose, didn't feel a change. I felt actually more explosive by taking... I don't know if it was just because I was taking such a low dose or because of the fact that this drug also did not agree with me, or it, you know, I mean, there's so many things that it could be. I don't actually know what it is. So talking to the actual psychologist instead of my primary care physician, he decided to start me on a dose that would be gradually moved up. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Okay. Sorry, making sure I'm doing my rainbow right. Anyways, I can never remember it backwards. Forwards, I'm good. Backwards, not so much. So, anyways, he put me on the Seroquel, and my first 2 nights I took half of a pill, and each one is 100 milligrams. And then last night and tonight I took 1 whole pill, and he eventually wants me on a pill and a half. Like, that should be my normal everyday dose, and he wants to see how I'm feeling with that, because his biggest concern is, he goes, to me it just sounds like you logically know that you should be happy. You logically understand that you are, you know, blessed, and that you are alive and you're well and you're grateful for that. He goes, but because you've bottled it up for so long, and again, not blaming me, he made it very clear this, this wasn't my fault. This is, it's a normal, a lot of people do it. We bottle up so much that I am now to the point where I'm stuck with my anxiety levels being so far high up that even the Xanax couldn't bring it down. And that for me was like, I just stared at him and went, what? And he goes, yeah, sweetheart. He goes, your anxiety and your stress levels are so far gone right now that even if you looked up, you wouldn't be able to see them. You are so, so, so stressed out, and it's rightfully so. And, because I started feeling like, well, maybe it's just because I'm a bad mom, and I'm not meant to be a mommy of 4, and that's why I'm so stressed out, and I don't know how to, I don't know how to be a mom to 4 children, and I, all those thoughts go through my head. I'm not meant to do what I'm doing right now, and that's why I'm failing at it, per se. At least that's how I feel. But he put it in a perspective where he was like, no, you're not a bad mom, you're not a bad anything, you're not a bad person, you're not, he's like, you're not out there murdering anybody or anything. He goes, but, you're stuck in a rut right now because your anxiety and stress levels are so high you can't see them. And when you let your anxiety levels get that high up to where you can't see them, how are you ever going to get them back down? He goes, that's the reason why you're taking your Xanax at night and it's not working. He goes, what we need to do is change the game plan. And the game plan now is going to be that I take the Xanax throughout the day as needed. So, like today I took one because, yeah, my kids were arguing and bickering, and I could literally feel my face getting hot. And I don't know if that's because of the whole blood thing that I got going on, because that's a whole nother issue, which I still don't know anything about, which I won't know until the end of this month, as to what the heck is going on there. But, he's like, you're physically stressed out, you're mentally stressed out, and you are trying so hard because you love your family so much and you care about them, you try so hard to hide it. And as most depressed people do, we hide our emotions. We, cry behind closed doors, and we don't want anyone to see that we're crying or that we're upset or that we were hurt by a silly comment that wasn't meant to be emotional, or at least, and again, I'm just speaking for me because I don't know how everybody else is. But, I get like emotional over the craziest things, and like 20 minutes will go by, and I'm like, really, dude? What the F was that? That was kind of weird. Why were you crying about that, you big baby? Like I start making fun of myself in a ha-ha way, not like to put myself down or anything, but I'm like, you freaking baby. I can't believe you sat there and cried about that comment. Or, I'll watch a 2-minute skit on stupid Facebook, and I'm like, oh, bawling like a baby. And like 5 minutes later, I'm like, dude, really? Wasn't that serious? But anyways, so I feel like, because this is day 4, if I start getting really loopy, it's because this medication actually makes me sleepy, which is nice. Because y'all know, for a while there, I wasn't sleeping. Like, at all. I wasn't sleeping. Like, I was getting 2 or 3 hours of sleep, and then I was up with the kids all day, and I would try to close my eyes in my chair, and then somebody would, Mommy, he's touching me, or, whatever they argue about, because they argue about everything. So I would catch like 5 minutes here or there in my chair, and then, oh no, cat hair. Doggone cat. Yeah, I see you. My poor baby. That's actually his name, by the way. His name is Baby. I think he's going deaf. I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure he's gone deaf in the left ear. Because we scare the bejesus out of him when we walk by him. We don't mean to, he's never been deaf before, so I think he just gets startled and he jumps. But anyways, what was I talking about? See? Random. That was the other question he asked. How well can you hold a thought? I can't. I can't hold a thought to save my life. I should have sent him to my YouTube channel. We were talking about me being stressed out to the point where, like, if I looked up, I couldn't see it. That's how far, like, up I am. And, anyways, it's not. It'll come back to me in about 20 minutes, which I'm pretty sure I'll still be here making this video because my videos are forever long. Why? Be smarter than the jar, child. Be smarter than the jar. Nope. Don't do it. Don't you spill this paint. Okay. So, anyways, now I probably shut that too tight. Now I won't be able to open it. So yeah, I'm on this new medication, and oh, we were talking about me sleeping. See? Oh, it didn't take 20 minutes. It took like 3. I finally have gotten back to not like a normal schedule, because like right now it's 2:30 in the morning. But I haven't done that in 4 days. This is the first time I've done that. And that's my fault. I got to talking to my oldest, and we were chit-chatting, and time went by, and I didn't even realize what time it was, and I missed taking my medication, because I'm trying to take my medication at the same time every night to make my, at least that part of it, consistent. And then I've been documenting everything down in my planner over here, which, oh my goodness, y'all can't even see. But anyways, I've been trying to document it all. I've been trying to be really good about staying on top of everything, so I have any information that may not be necessary, just in case it is necessary. Does that make sense? So, anyways, like yesterday, I took my medication at 10 o'clock, and 10 o'clock seems to be like the perfect niche, like the perfect time for me to take my medication. Now, mind you, I took half a pill on Friday, which is when I went and saw him for the first time. Took half a pill on Saturday, and I was fine. Like, I took the pill, I was up for about an hour, I just went ahead and laid down because I thought I was getting tired, but I wasn't sure, so I just laid down to play it safe, and I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos on my phone, yada yada yada, the whole 9, fell asleep, whatever. Yesterday, however, was my first time taking that whole pill, and let me tell you, half a pill to a whole pill, massive difference. That was really funny, and also the reason why I don't like taking prescriptions. Now, before anyone freaks out on me, she's okay. Let me just start there. So last night, I take the pill, it's 10 o'clock, everything's golden. I'm sitting in my chair, the chair that I'm sitting in right now. Everything's fine. Like, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm feeling great. I had a good day. I screamed a little less than what I usually do, which for me is a massive improvement because lately, like I said, it's been a lot of screaming at everybody. Like, I'm not even talking to people anymore. I'm just screaming at everyone, which is not, again, not healthy. So I took the whole pill. Now, mind you, the goal is to get me up to a pill and a half. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm just saying. That is that one spot where it blinds you. I took the whole pill, and by 11:30, mind you, I didn't even know, because like I said, I was sitting in my chair all comfy and cozy, thinking about this, and I stood up to go to bed. No, I stood up to help Scarlett with her shower. Stood up, helped Scarlett with her shower. I washed her hair, washed her body, and I sat back down. Everything was golden. Everything was fine at that point. And then she, Mommy, I'm ready. And then, because I let her wash her bottom half and all that other fun stuff. And so, because, she's got to double check my work. That's the rule. So she was, washing her hair and washing her body and making sure everything was clean and good to go. And Mommy, I'm ready. I stand up and sat right back down. And thank goodness my husband was home, because poor Scarlett probably would have stood in that shower until he got home, or he woke up, whichever came first, because I was out, gone. Like, I couldn't stand up, I couldn't focus, I couldn't see straight. I felt Now, mind you, I'm allergic to alcohol. Like, deathly allergic, so I don't actually know what it feels like to be drunk. But I'm pretty sure this was really close. I would not have passed a test if I had gotten pulled over. I could not walk straight. I couldn't find my nose. I was weeble wobbling all the way up to the bed. Like, it was bad. And my husband looks at me and he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Dude, peachy. I'm gonna go sleep. By the way, your daughter's in the shower. Can you get that?" He's like, "Yeah, babe, I got it. I'm on it." I'm like, "Sweet. Going to bed now. I'm sleepy." He's like, "Apparently so. You can't walk straight." I'm like, "Shoot, I can't see straight, much less walk straight. I'm gonna lay down now and I'm going to bed." Apparently I was mumbling and talking and carrying on a conversation. I don't even remember. Anyways, 5 o'clock this morning, little Miss Scarlet wakes up with growing pains. And this is the main reason why I don't want to be on any medication. Here's the reason why. My little 6-year-old comes over at 5 o'clock in the morning. "Mommy, my leg hurts." "Scarlett, go get your medicine," because the Motrin is in the same spot every single time, so she always knows to get it, because I can't get up out of the bed fast enough to get her the medication without her screaming at me, because, you know, physical, I'm broken. But anyways, so she goes and she gets the medication. She brings it to me. She knows she's not allowed to open it, which I don't know if she could anyway. But, anywho, and I couldn't even sit up. I felt so drunk. So I'm laying down on my back, and I'm trying to prop myself up on these doggone pillows. And thank goodness for the sunrise, because the sun was already rising at this point, and I could barely see the 5 mLs, because she's so light. Like, for her age, she should be taking the 7.5, but because of her weight, she still takes the 7.5, she still takes the 5. And I think about what I was saying there. I can feel the medicine kicking in. So, anywho, I'm pouring and I'm looking at it going, do I have it in the right spot? Oh, crud, am I going to overdose my kid? And I'm like almost in tears because I think I'm going to overdose her because I can't see straight to give her the medication. And I only gave her the 5, just in case y'all were wondering, because I asked her to look at it. And I asked her, I said, "What number do you see there?" And she looked at it and she goes, "It's 5, Mommy." I go, "Is it in the right spot?" And she goes, "Yes." I said, "Okay," because she knows exactly where it's supposed to be. So, but I didn't teach her that for any purpose. She just knows because she watches it every time I pour it. So I don't want people to think that, you know, I'm letting my kids medicate themselves, because that's not what it is. So anyways, I go, "Are we in the right spot?" And she goes, "Yes, Mommy, we're in the right spot." I said, "Okay, perfect. Here you go. You got to go clean out the cup because I can't get up." She goes, "Okay." So she goes, and she's such a big girl she is. She drinks the medication, and she walks away, and comes over, snuggles me for a second, tells me she loves me, hugs me, kisses me, and then weeble wobbles back into bed. Now, the craziest part about that whole thing is that I woke up this morning going, did I dream that? Or did that actually happen? Because I don't know. I don't know if that actually happened or not. So I waited for Scarlett to wake up this morning, and I was talking to her about it, and I go, "Scarlett, did Mommy give you medicine this morning?" She goes, "Yeah, my leg was hurting. I couldn't sleep anymore." And I went, "Okay. Did you get the right amount of medicine?" She goes, "Yeah, Mommy, I checked 4 times, just like you said to." Okay. Good. Thank goodness for that, because I was freaking out. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've overdosed my child. I need to go check on her and see if I can wake her up, because if not, I've got to figure out how I'm going to pump her stomach as I rush her to the hospital, because I may have just tried to kill my kid." I felt so bad, like so horribly bad, that it was just, oh, don't do it. Just don't. This is why I don't like being on medication, and doctors don't, not that doctors don't seem to get it, but Social Security doesn't seem to get that. And I don't know if I mentioned that on top of everything else, but the judge declined. I got my letter of denial, and that was a fun letter of denial because apparently I was denied back in October and didn't even know it, because between Social Security and the post office, they didn't know where I lived. So they sent it to the old address and never forwarded it to the new address, and I only had 60 days to appeal it, so I'm now no longer able to appeal the court date, or the whole thing, basically. I can't appeal any of it. Sorry, I'm sitting here trying to think of how I'm going to tack this down. I think I'm going to use this. So, on top of the other fantastic news that I've had received, and I can totally feel myself getting loopy super duper fast. Can you all hear how fast this is getting me loopy? Because it's going pretty quick. I might have to call it quits here, y'all. I took that medication at 1 o'clock, and it's... yeah, so it takes about an hour and a half for it to kick in. Okay, just so I can try to, you know, time-wise gauge it. Okay, you stay there. And you come on over just a hair, because I want a little bit of space between them. And then what I'll end up doing is, after I'm done with him, I will tack him down, maybe? I was trying to figure out how to do this. Like, it's not hard, but because I have such a small space, I don't want the black to run into her. Alright, you know what? There's no time like the present, son. Just get it over with. I'm all nervous. I don't want to mess this up. Ooh, there's no day like today. Just do it. Oh, I don't know why. Come on, little buddy. You can do it. Or not. Please don't spill. Oh man, that made me lightheaded. I was holding my breath. Sorry. That was bad. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember when I first ordered the Dilutions paint. When I first ordered it, my black had leaked so bad, and so now it's like all corroded on the outside, and it is like impossible for me to sorry, I can't pounce and talk at the same time, apparently. I'm really nervous about screwing this up. I can't get the darn thing open because it's so corroded. It's very aggravating. Okay, I have to at least get through this part because I'm feeling really whoopsie-woozy. I just want to get through this part and see what it looks like. Hopefully it comes out the way I have it in my head. This is where it gets complicated for me, because I'm not... This is where it'd be nice if I were a lefty. Or had something under my canvas, which I totally just thought about just now. Now that it's too late. Way to go, genius. Hang out for a second. You don't move, and... oh, give me something quick, quick, quick. I need something super duper quick. Oh, geez, don't lose the brush. I don't want anything that bulky, though, but I may not have a choice. Oh, come on, planner to the rescue. Oh, dear God, please don't move. Oh, don't drop it. Stewjet, that doesn't help. Okay, that will work. You don't move. I am so not left-handed. What am I doing? Ooh, y'all know it's bad when you can't tell when you're left or right, and yet you've written with your right your whole life. Jeez. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, and now for the reveal, maybe. Let's lift this bad boy up and see what we got. Now, see, why can't I ever get it straight? What am I doing? Am I adding too much paint on? That drives me crazy. And that was way all up in his face. Oh, why don't you like me? That did not. Was it because I didn't have it stabilized to begin with? Like, okay, you know what? How do I fix this? I'm going to have to clean you up in just a minute. You stay and show. And there's not much more damage you can do, so just hang out for a minute. Let's go to this side. Let's see how bad we can screw this side up. I'm so disappointed. Like, I don't know why it's so hard for me to figure out how to do it. It's really aggravating. Okay, now you're too big. You're too big and too bulky. I need... Bum, bum, bum. I need something. What do I have? What do I have? Come on, think, 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 think. I feel like, Winnie the Pooh. Oh, lava. Come on, I have to have something. I don't have anything flat that I can use. Are we serious right now? Or is it just because I'm too loopy and I can't see nothing? Nothing? Really? Everything I have is like round, or baby wipes are not gonna work. Those are too soft. What about you? Are you hard enough? You're just as thick as the other thing, but... Yeah, see, I don't like how that bulges. No. That's where I had my last issue. I need something that will work, that is semi-thin. Are you too thin is the question. Yes. So that's too thin. The other one's too thick. I can't win for nothing. You're not exactly... Well, you're smushy a bit. Will you work? I don't know. It just makes it look so stinking easy. Makes me real... It doesn't make me sad that she makes it look easy. It makes me sad that I can't figure it out. Like, how to make it work. Okay, you know what? I love this. Oh, I almost cut myself with a knife. Crazy. I have a plan in my head, but it's not going to work if you guys keep messing with me. Like, why can't I just pounce it and you be happy with that? Don't you stinking move. See, her hand comes out all weird. I totally lost her hand right there because it moved. Okay, I have to call it quits. Call it quits. Stop. Stop while I'm ahead because I'm getting frustrated. It's not coming out the way I want it to, so I'm going to stop where I'm at. Sorry guys, it's not working. And I will try to come back to this tomorrow and see what we come up with, because again, this is not working out at all the way I want it to, and it's really starting to frustrate me. And when I'm frustrated, the best thing for me to do is just to walk away and just, like, I'm going to think about it all night now. Well, I mean, not all night, because obviously my medication's working. I'm going to sleep here in about 15 minutes. But, yeah, this isn't, it didn't work. Not what I had planned. Throw some black spots on here, because why not? Try all this out. It'll be nice. I can just cut this up, make some cool backgrounds. Bam. Like a disco ball party or something. Oh, I just put in another order. It was close to my heart. I'm so excited. So super excited. And I feel so horribly bad and a horrible consultant, because I am a horrible consultant. But on the weekends, they've been doing flash sales. So it's done for today, obviously, because this weekend is over, and I'm horrible, and I didn't remind anybody. No, I didn't even tell people, because I'm just rude like that. My bad. So if you made it this far, I want to let you know, let you in on the whole flash sales that we're doing with Close to My Heart. Just, they're so awesome. You get all sorts of different bundle kits, and you'll have to check it out. But just look for the flash sale. And it starts on, I think I usually get the email on Friday afternoon, and I can usually see it by then. And then, I'm so mad because the concept is there. But anyways, you can see everything that's for sale. And I think, like I said, I think it usually starts on Friday, and then it ends on Monday night. So we have one more coming up this weekend for the end of June, and then that'll be it. So, which it's so funny because every video I keep going, oh, dang it, I didn't even mention. Oh, see, look at that. That was a perfect stencil. That's nice. Yay me. Mean. So mean. It's just mean. I don't understand why it won't work when I want it to. It's probably because it's not a flat surface, and this is a flat surface. Come here. Come on. This is a flat surface, and another perfect one. That's awesome. Fantastic. I'm getting paint everywhere but where I want it. So anyways, I ordered, there was this really cute, I forget what they're called. It's like a wooden photo box, but it's like a shadow box. That's the word I was looking for. It's like a shadow box, and it's got a bunch of kid cards in it, because there's a kid, oriented Picture My Life set that we carry in right now in season. Blah blah blah, whatever I'm trying to say, because you all know what I'm saying. And it's super cute, but you get the cards and the box as a set instead of having to pay for them separately, which is awesome. And then I got the Picked for You or something like that. I'll show you guys obviously when I get my haul in, but I got it and the matching dies for like surprisingly, like I did not realize they were going to go that inexpensive with their sets. So I'm assuming that, because so far it's just been like party boxes and calendars and things like that. And I know a lot of you guys enjoy those type of things, which is, I mean, that has nothing to do with why I forgot to tell you. It's just because I'm a bad consultant and I completely forgot to tell you. That's just the truth. But this week was actually the first week where I've been like, hey, I might actually want to order something. And of course I didn't meet my quota, so I have to make up the difference when I don't meet my quota. So hubby was nice enough to say, okay, we have this much, and we got to make it work. So I had that much, and I made it work, and so now I have a few more things coming in. Some of them are repeats, like I got another Calypso pack, and I got another Magicals Compliments pack, because I really, really enjoy the stickers, and I want to make sure that I have enough for my hoard vault. No, so that way I can continue to use them the way I have been, because the original Calypso pack I've been using for my diary, and then I want to have another one for, you know, if I decide to do a picture layout, if I actually ever get around to learning how to do those and sitting down to have the patience to do those, or if I want to make a mini album with it, or, you know, whatever I choose to do, I want to make sure I have backups. So, yeah. I'm so super excited, and I'm dying to know what's coming out next week, because unfortunately we don't get to know either. They don't tell us nothing. They tell us nothing. So, we don't get to find out until you all find out. So, I'm thinking if they put out stamp sets this week and die sets this week, next week should be like phenomenal. Crazy phenomenal. So I'll try to promote that again. Hopefully my stuff gets here before the week is over, and it'll remind me to say something about it before it's over. So, anywho, it's kind of pointless to mask that down now, huh? We'll just let her sit and hang out. Alright, well, totally botched it, but we'll figure out how to make it work. I will play with this and redo it, rewind it, and maybe I'll just take this and scrub it all off and get us back to ground zero or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay, but I gotta stop. So, I will talk to you guys soon, I'm sure, because I'm dying to get this. It's been stuck in my head for too long. I need to let it go. I need to get it out. I need to release it. So I'm dying to release this thought that I have, and I'm hoping that it works, because if it does, I would love to make a few of them if it comes out as phenomenally as I have it in my head for my craft fair that I'm going to be having between the elementary school and the high schools. Or high school, I should say, because I'm not doing more than one. So, yeah, I want to have a couple on hand because I think this one will be a hit if I can get it. So, again, thank you all so much for hanging out with me, checking in with me, making sure me and my family are okay. And we're all fine. I'm the only one who's like, you know, that's so crazy anyway. So, yeah. We're all good. Everybody's good. We're all just kind of chilling. Summer's still here. It's here until the end of July. So, yeah, about a month left. This is really, it's driving me nuts. I can't keep staring at it. So, yeah, like I said, I will try to play with it tomorrow and see if I can test run one of them or whatever. But at least you see the fail. You can see what I tried to do, but I epically failed. That's alright. Okay. Anywho, I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much again for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.